It looked like you had, a really great year last year at Duke, much better than previously. Was there something that kind of came together for you, or why you kicked so much better than you had previously last year?
Yeah, I actually I had a really bad like nagging groin injury for a while when I first started out. It actually caused me to miss my sophomore season completely. And so just going through like a really strenuous rehab process, and then after that really hitting the weight room hard helped me to kind of make that improvement, and I just feel like I've gotten better since.
Scotty.
Hey AJ, I'm just curious from what you've seen, how's execution been? From the snap to hold to the kick to protection. How's that looking so far?
Yeah, obviously when you're working with like a new group, there's definitely some a little bit of like a learning curve in the beginning, but I think as we've gotten through camp, we've gotten a lot better, and I feel like right now we're really ready to step on the field in game one. I think our long snapper Jordan Silver is great. He's really consistent. The holder right now, George Caratan, is new to holding, but he's worked with me since March. We were together when all this quarantine stuff happened, so we've gotten really comfortable with each other. And Coach Pittman and Coach Fountain have worked really hard to get the line ready, and I think they've done a great job here recently.
Nate.
AJ, what's it meant having a special teams coach that's with you all full time in Scott Fountain?
It's been great, honestly. That was a big reason why I came here, was to play for someone who's as great of a coach as Coach Fountain, and he is 100% dedicated to special teams, which is special. That's not the norm in college football. So having him around us at all times really keeps us locked in. He's such a detail-oriented guy that it rubs off on all of us as a group as specialists. And I think we've gotten a lot better just being with him every day on the field and in the meeting room.
Jason.
Listening to Coach Fountain talk about your routine, kind of where is that right now, and how fresh does your leg feel, now through 4.5 weeks of camp?
Yeah, so Coach Fountain's philosophy with that whole thing is that he's gonna keep your leg fresh during the year. You know what I mean? And in camp, you have to practice more often than in regular season. So it's a little bit more strenuous then, but we've done a really good job of getting rest days and like being smart with that. So I feel great right now, and I can't wait to get the season started.
Dutch.
Yeah, AJ, Coach Pittman told us the other day that you and Matthew Phillips have both been kicking the ball really well. What's that kind of competition been like, and what's that just kind of that room like with you and Matthew Phillips?
Yeah, I mean, not even just me and Matthew, top to bottom, the room we have here, the specialist, is really good. And, competition breeds excellence. So it's good to have somebody there to, like, keep you on your toes and keep you, doing your best so that you show up and put in your best effort every day. And I think that's all around, long snapper, punter, kicker. Everyone had to earn their job this year, and no one's earned anything yet. You know what I mean? You still got to clock in every day. And but it's been good. It's been nothing but good for us.
Trey Biddy.
Yeah, AJ, do you expect to also kick off? And is that something else that you're working on, or you just field goals?
Yeah, so we do with everything going on with the COVID and stuff. In special teams, we're making an emphasis to run multiple groups. So I've been working on kickoffs. We have a couple other guys here who have really strong kickoffs as well, and I think any of us could step in and do the job game one.
Nikki.
Under, let's say ideal conditions, if Coach Pittman was like, I need you to hit this kick, like how far back would you feel, pretty confident? And then I don't know, what's the farthest distance you feel like really confident about?
I would say perfect conditions, you know what I mean? Probably feel confident going back to 55, and then there's always situations that pop up before the half or at the end of the game where you can kind of go out there and hit one that is a little bit lower percentage, but you still have a shot,
All right, let me know if you've got more questions in the chat, Bob.
Yeah, you mentioned Scott Fountain was a big reason you came here. What were some of the other reasons, and what were your choices when you went into the transfer portal? Who'd you consider?
Yeah, well, actually, my family is from Fort Smith, Arkansas, so I grew up cheering for the Hogs, and it was always a dream of mine to play here. So that played a big part of it. And then I'd known Coach Fountain since I was recruited in high school when he was at Auburn, and I knew how good of a coach he was. So that was another plus. And then once I finally, I wasn't able to take a visit, but once I got on the phone with Coach Pittman and found out how awesome of a guy he was and his plans for this program, I was sold, and I haven't looked back since. I had a few other options in the portal, talked to a bunch of different schools, but there at the end, I was really looking at just Nebraska, Georgia Tech here, and FIU.
You mentioned Fort Smith. Like, what time period did you live there?
I never personally lived there. My mom and dad are both from Fort Smith.
Oh,
They
okay.
went to high school. My mom went to the University of Arkansas, and my dad went to the Air Force Academy. So I was a military brat growing up. I've lived like 10 different places, but most of my extended family's here, so this is where I call home.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Trey Biddy.
Yeah, I know that Coach Fountain has said that I think he likes to kick y'all in season Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on game day.
Yes, sir.
What kind of things do you anticipate doing on the other days, like fundamental wise, and how is that working with him? Usually we see you guys and you're in the indoor. Is he like there hovering over you guys most of the practice, or how is it? We've never seen a dedicated special teams coach, so we don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not, it's something special that we have here at the University of Arkansas, and he will give us like pretty much just a schedule for the practice with a bunch of different drills on it and stuff. And so on what we would call like a non-kicking day, there's still a lot of stuff that we can do, whereas like timing with the operation, working onside kicks, different like surprise kicks on kickoff, working fakes on field goals and stuff. So there's no sitting around with Coach Fountain, you know what I mean? So we're always finding some way to improve and perfect our craft, even if we're taking a day to rest our legs.
Nate.
I'm pretty good on that, everything, Kyle.
Hutch.
Yeah, AJ, you said with your family being from Fort Smith and living all over, you said you were a Razorback fan growing up. So did you like watch games on TV? Was that appointment television for you, or do you remember watching specific games or players and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember growing up when I was a kid watching McFadden, Felix Jones, those guys. I loved it, and as I got older a little bit, and I lived so many different places, and I was playing football on my own, I hadn't really kept up with it as much. But I'm so glad that I have been able to come back here and kind of reignite that passion.